Two thumbs up to this couple for doing what they did. They just had such a strong amount of courage to do what they just did with me today on doing this video.
Because of future events, it was determined without the shadow of a doubt
properly enough. And all that makes a big difference, trust me, on the mentality. It goes through our systems, it poisons our minds. On this, and I want to hear all your input, testimonies. How do you think I'm doing?
70% of all children apprehended under false pretenses. Nowhere to live, no prospects for the future. Single parent. So he ended up in a dumpster, dead.
Child Protection Service.
Burned alive. Three city police.
I told her, what are you saying?
Like you would.
That I listen. Child Protection Services within here in Canada. And so after you see this video, post me your comments, send me your emails, and if you want me to do an interview with you. I got another story. This one comes from Missouri in the United States of America. And this guy, his name is Jim. And he's got a story about false Amber Alert that was called on him. So I don't want to let any more about this information before I get him on the line here, and I want to have him tell you his story. So here I go with that.
Hello.
Hello, Jim.
Yes, sir.
It's John Doe here. You're live and on the air.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so what I did is I just gave them a brush through. You had a false Amber Alert called on you. That's all I gave them, so pretty much just start at square one. How did this all start?
Oh, you got to excuse me. It all started on the back of week prior to November 11th. And my daughter's mother kept on calling my family, my friends, and begging for me to come and get my child.
Okay.
So, and then I finally answered back to the email that she was begging me to come get my child because the abuse going on in the home. My daughter's grandmother would sit there and bite my daughter's mother and hit her and beat her in front of our child. And that stuff. And she would kept on putting that in there. I finally answered her back. Called a week prior to that to the Cass County Sheriff's Department and to the DFS stating that I was coming down, so did my daughter's mother, and coming down to get my child.
Okay.
November 11th, I left wee hours in the morning, went down to Missouri, 485 miles away from me. Turned around, I got there she called me about, 8 o'clock or so, somewhere around there. I don't remember the quite time frame. 8 o'clock, and asked me where I was at. I was in Kansas City. She said, okay, I've got everything ready to go. And when I got there, it was about 9:45. I pulled on the other side of the street from the house. She carried my daughter out and handed her off to my friend Laura, which put my daughter in the car seat and strapped her in. And then got all the stuff from the house of my daughters. About 6, 7 different diaper bags full of her clothes, food, snacks, sippy cups. You name it was in there. Everything my daughter needed. And so we got everything loaded, and she handed me, when she brought out my daughter, she handed me a note stating that I could have my daughter, which I still have in my file, that I carry around everywhere I go, of my daughters and case file and that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so we leave after probably about 10 o'clock. We leave to go back. I leave to go back home to Iowa. Only drive for how many hours? I don't know. By the time we weren't in Iowa for that long, and it was already starting to get dark, so I had to be about 5, 6 o'clock. And my brother called me and said, there's an Amber Alert out. And I'm thinking, what? I said, no. I said, it can't be. I've got a note here from my daughter's mother stating that my child was supposed to go with me. Well, there was an Amber Alert issued for me and my daughter. Me and my daughter were in the center for an Amber Alert with me. I told her, pull on along some gravel road. I said, I've got to figure this out. I called up Mike Russo, F4J. And I guess I didn't name the names that me and Sharon talked to. I'm sorry. Go back to that quick. The names that I talked to people, which would be supervisor of Cass County DFS, which would be CPS, Child Protection Agency for services, and her name was Susan Rusk. And she would be the supervisor of Cass County DFS. Yeah, I'll help. And I'm on the air right now. And Susan Rusk was the supervisor of DFS. Then you've got Cheryl Bonhart, which is CPS worker out of DFS, Child Protection Agency, who I sent a picture that got sent to me of my daughter, adult holding up a picture to my daughter, or a cigarette up to my daughter's mouth smoking, which I can supply to you there. And I sent that off in email to Cheryl Bonner. I said, you've got to do something. She sent me back a letter, which I got that too, stating that there was nothing that they could do. That was all prior before November 11th.
And what about the fact about you having this letter in your pocket? Didn't this have any bearing of merit whatsoever in regards to the Amber Alert?
No, it had none.
What was their reason as to why?
There is no reason. They never even have paperwork proving that they could take my child back across state line.
Oh, wow, so they broke the law, pretty much.
Yeah. They kidnapped my child. Okay, I'll bring all this stuff. I'm on the air. I'm sorry, guys. I'm talking to my friends here. And so, yeah, no paperwork to prove that they could. They would not call Iowa DHS under Susan Lett's orders not to call Iowa DHS. Which Highway State Patrol that got me already stated that, when I said Susan Lett, I said, call Susan Lett. She promised me that she would not take my child, that we are not to be separated. You mean FBI from Missouri?
Mm-hmm.
I said, she's not FBI, she's detective of Missouri. You mean FBI? She told us she was FBI. So now she stated that she's FBI.
And she's not.
And she is not. She's just a detective from the Cass County Sheriff's Department.
So she's impersonating, which is another offense.
Yeah, well, obviously she's impersonating because the Highway State Patrol has no reason to say that she was FBI otherwise.
And this is Susan Lett, Suzanlett.
Yeah, Lett. Susan Lett.
From Missouri.
From Missouri, Cass County Sheriff's Department.
I just want to make sure I get the name right so everybody that's in Missouri watching this show can all be far warned about this woman.
She's also works for CPS. She's a CPS cop. This is what her job is to do.
She probably gets paid extra for this job.
Huh?
She probably gets paid extra for this job, and that's just my
Oh,
assumption.
yeah, she does. Underneath the table. Me and my brother, and I won't mention his name. I know I've already mentioned it, but I won't mention his name. Me and my brother have done the investigation, and she gets it underneath the table.
Well, it's the best thing about this show is that we get to expose these names and get away with it because it needs to be done.
Okay, so they should. I'm in tears.
Understandable.
No, sorry, Father, if you're listening to me. I know you say that full men don't aim to cry, but I did, as they took my daughter away from me. My daughter crawled up on my lap when I knew what was coming, sitting for hours in being interrogated by FBI. I forget his name. I got his card. And he was good to me. Because he even told Susan, or told her, this is not a kidnapping. I showed him the diaper bags with the clothes, each style of clothing, put in the proper place, stacked, folded neatly. Sippy cups in their proper place, all together. Snacks, fruit snacks in a pouch.
Just
Macaroni,
that's something that a
ravioli,
normal
everything.
loving dad would do.
Huh?
That's something that a normal loving dad would do. It's too bad that they couldn't see it.
And the Highway State Patrol, and the FBI, they all showed me their kids. If they thought for once I kidnapped my child, sorry.
No problem. Take your time.
If they thought that for once I kidnapped my child, do you think for once they would show me their kids?
I wouldn't. Not if I thought you were a real kidnapper, I wouldn't. So they obviously knew that you weren't, though. That's why they were having such an open heart to you and showing them their own family photos of their kids with you.
Yes. I give a lot of credit for keeping me out of jail and exposing this corruption. Very good job. I give high respects to F4J, who I am a member of, which is Fathers for Justice, Families for Justice, all in the same one.
I hear a lot of good things about that name, Fathers for Justice, and it's starting to become a worldwide thing.
And they are nationwide. There's Fathers for Justice in every state, and I'm a member of them. And I am proud to be.
Oh, they're even here in Canada. I think I was mentioning that to you the other day.
Another thing is, so Mike Russo, when I called him, he left work or whatever he did, got a hold of Channel 5, and you can see on my Facebook profile that I have it on my daughter's page, that the news profile, and if you watch the clip, I brought the newsroom to a standstill. They were in disbelief. They treated me as a criminal. A loving father, they treated me as a criminal.
In what way, though? How? Give me some details.
I got handcuffed alongside the road. The people driving by, my daughter, when the Highway State Patrol went to go get her out of the car, and put my daughter in the back seat of the car, which obviously is what she's supposed to do. At least they didn't handcuff her. I think I would have came out of my handcuffs so they would have done that. I mean, she's only 2 years old.
Oh, 2 years old and she's sitting in the back of a locked police car?
Yeah.
That's gonna have an imprint on this kid's mentality, guaranteed.
And I go to, I had a fight. It was for 4J being in the courtroom. I still not get to see my daughter today. They put a restraining order on me for her. They would not let me see her for at least a good month and a half. Susan Lett, and here's the kicker, guys. Susan Lett wrote in her report before she even got to Iowa, knew. And I believe the host here can provide that information once I get it to him.
Mm-hmm.
That that she knew that it was false.
I'll even vouch
She had no
for it, and
right
I've
to
seen
take
it.
my child away.
Say that again?
Susan Lett had no right to take my child. No proof, no judge order. She crossed state lines, crossed several counties to get across the state lines, totally out of her jurisdiction, and took my child back to Missouri.
The only way I could see this woman going out of her way to break laws like this is because she wanted the income that was out of getting this child. There was some type of money exchanging going to be happening. There had to have been. There's no way this woman would just travel like that just for having a chip on her shoulder.
It just gets better here as it goes on. Okay? I do everything. I drive 14 hours on icy roads with cars going around me backwards to get to see my daughter. And that ain't proof enough for them. I'm driving through snowdrifts high as my bumper to go see my daughter at times. Nothing has stopped me. The weather, nothing stops me to get down 485 miles away to my daughter. And they still don't give her back. They want me to jump through like a circus animal through hoops. I did every step that they've wanted me to do so far. And I'm going to do the step. And I'm going to have footage of the step, of the psych evaluation, the whole thing. I've got myself a voice recorder that will be able to plug into my computer and PDF file everything from now on. And it will be sent to the host here.
I recommend that everybody should be doing the same thing, right? Like everybody should be.
I recommend that. I recommend you fax your news media. I've got a very good news media coverage. Media is exposed. Keep them in the spotlight. They hate it. Do background checks on every last one of your workers that are in there. I've done it, and I've totally pissed them off. I am a former foster child, and let me tell you, if there's any former foster children out there, heed my word. You are a big target. You are a big target to this corrupt system.
Just because of the fact that you were a previous foster child in your childhood makes you a more susceptible to getting hit up by this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with these guys all my life. I'm tired of it. I want them out of my life. I want them out of my daughter's life. I want my daughter back.
Do you think though that if you never went through foster homes and stuff like that, do you think that your life would be better than it is now?
Well, I didn't think once I became an adult, I thought I didn't have to deal with them anymore. Well, guess what, guys? It made it easier for them to deal with me.
Exactly.
You're in the system. If you're in the system, you're in the system forever. You never get out of the system.
That's right.
And it's now. It's now or never. It's time to come together. America, Canada, wherever you are, come together and fight. Fight for our children. This is basically come to the point that it's war on our kids. They sell our kids. They traffic our kids. I have got proof upon proof of how much the states make on each adoption.
How much roughly are we talking here on each child, on each adoption?
Your children are to CPS in the states are worth no less than $25,000 per child.
Wow. Wow.
And I tell you what, you got a child like mine, blue eyes, blonde hair, 2 years old. Everybody wants.
Worth more, that's right. But if it's darker hair, brown eyes, they're not as valued. It's because there's a higher demand for blonde hair and blue-eyed children in the adoptee agencies. And there's a long wait list for these children.
I've got, now here's more and up to date of what's been going on.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, I've been doing everything that they tell me to do. I've got a good one-on-one therapist like they want me to get, they have to pay for. Okay? Do not let you, if you're on any insurance, do not let your insurance pay for it. Make the human services pay for it. They want you to take it, you make them pay for it. Another thing is they will keep on harassing the one-on-one therapist that it sends my lawyer everything anyhow, that they get anyhow, but they want direct contact. I recommend that if they sign a release, you put underneath it that under the whatever your human services you sign, if you sign any releases to the Department of Human Services, you put on there that you're signing this under duress.
Mm-hmm.
You know what that means?
Maybe make it so everybody else understands what that is.
It means you're signing this against your will. They're forcing you to sign it. And that's what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because they want to get into your childhood. They've been wanting to get into my childhood. And in my past, so they can use it against me. I have managed to protect my child from my own childhood, being moved from foster home to foster home 7 different times. And then when I was back in 16, when I turned 16, they sent me back in for the 8th time into foster care. I know what it's like. I don't want my daughter to go through that.
No, it's hell. It's hell.
They don't accept you. When you're in foster care, they don't accept you.
That's right.
They want to adopt you. My father's foster family is trying to adopt my child. Stephanie Vandenborn, which is supervisor in the Harrisonville DFS office.
Mm-hmm.
She has been nothing but belligerent and bombarding me and attacking me in every which way, falsifying, turning words around to make it so I can't get my child to the judge. That's got to stop. And guess what? I've got a tape recorder, so it will stop.
And this is happening everywhere. It's not only in that
Yeah,
state. It's not only in...
me. It's everywhere. I get people email me all the time about how to help their kids, and if I could, I'd help every last one of them.
I know, it's so hard, too.
I have to disperse them between my members of F4J and different family organizations, national organizations I trust to try to help them, because I can't.
Mm-hmm.
I do the best I can. It cost me $300 every other week, and now I gotta go down for the second. It's supposed to be court order every other week. I come down there for visitation. I was down there last week. I met with Fox 4 Channel 4 News,
Mm-hmm.
the problem solvers, on the 15th. On the 16th, I was denied visitation with my daughter.
All because you just did this show.
Yes.
Man.
Is there not laws against whistleblowers? That's basically what I did.
Still, it leaves them... They have no right to deny you your visitation just because you went on a TV show. Where is that a harm to your child or the child's well-being?
What, pleading for my daughter?
Yeah.
Because I have no right to take my daughter, and I cite that fact against my constitutional and parental rights they have went against.
That's wrong.
I mean, come on. I've got the proof upon proof. They hate me because I know what they're up to and what they're doing.
Well, there's a lot of people like me and you that are starting to come forward with this and starting to put a clamp down on these organizations. To me, I don't even call them a government organization. I call them a freaking mafia.
It is. This government is run by the mafia. Totally.
Or a kind of mafia, yeah.
You can call me a liar, but I'm telling you that this government is ran by the mafia. And what does the mafia do? They do stuff like that, traffic children. I guarantee you CPS is ran by the mafia.
Either that or the Illuminati.
Huh?
It's either that or the Illuminati.
Well, it's one, I can almost, and me and Ed had a discussion on that one.
Yeah.
He was a Vietnam War veteran. And he says, my intelligence and what I've studied up on this stuff, that cited different ones, and CPS was one of them. He is run by mafia, I can guarantee it, and he guarantees it. I guess I gotta trust my father, 65 years old, and a Vietnam War veteran.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. These countries, period. are run by some real crooked people.
And I'm tired of it.
Especially, we were talking about...
The message that I want to portray is, CPS, leave our children alone. Or there's going to be a force that you are not going to be able to reckon with.
And what I want to create is a force, is I want all of us to team together from all around the world. I want to have somebody in each country, and then when a child services worker, a judge, a lawyer really screws up on a case and really, excuse the language, but fucks over a family, I'm going to expose these bastards. And by name.
There was a bill. They don't mean to interrupt you. There was a bill they tried to pass. And
Oh,
still
yeah.
trying to pass. House Bill 417, which states that in disregard to biological parents altogether.
And that's a crock of shit. We were talking about that. Doesn't that make... It makes foster families more able to adopt the kids that they are in care of.
Exactly.
And how can they...
And makes it easier for people to become foster parents.
That's sick.
My understanding of the bill.
Yeah, and it kind of make the screening process really slack, too, for finding these foster families. So you'd end up getting more abusive foster families, drug addicts as foster families. Because you know that there's these types of families that come in and try to get a kid into their arms as foster because they get money out of this.
They get a lot of money.
That's right.
I propose to kill the bill, and I hope everybody else does. Todd Richardson, his own Missouri rep that is pushing this bill. Call him up and tell him to kill the bill. The host, I gave you the number. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
If you would...
Here, give it to me one more time, though, just so everybody else can hear it, though. If you got it on you.
On the number? Oh, hold on. I got to look through my phone here real quick.
Sure. Because then if we can get everybody in Missouri start calling this in and just get this bill killed, that's what we'll name it. Kill this bill.
Kill this bill. House Bill 417.
417?
Oh, I've had so many phone calls. You just have to give me a second here.
Sure.
I deal with legislators. I deal with politicians. I'm so worn out. It ain't even funny.
I can understand that.
573-751-4039. I'll repeat the number. 573-751-4039. Call that number. Todd Richardson, the Missouri rep. Call him and tell him to kill the bill.
Okay. And I'm sure there will be people doing this, and I'm sure that I can get some people that are really destined in changing this, like Daniel Quinn, Guy Wrights, who was also, and those are two really good interviews, along with yours that I'm doing right now. Maybe because they're from the United States, they can also help you in aiding on getting this House Bill 417 killed, like it needs to be.
Exactly. I need everybody. I don't care what nation you're in. I don't care what country you're in. I don't care what state you're in. Call this up and call the bill. Kill the bill. Call Todd Richardson, the number I just repeated twice on here tonight.
Mm-hmm. And I'll even have the number down in the comments underneath the video.
Okay. I mean, I go down tomorrow morning. We're leaving because we're going to have bad weather, so we're going to be leaving for Missouri tomorrow morning.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly to have visitation. I'm also going to meet with Channel 5 News in Harrison, in Kansas City. I'm also going to meet with Channel 9 News in Kansas City on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? I am also going to go and going to make an awareness in Kansas City again at the what do you call that center? Rec center or whatever, community center.
Mm-hmm.
Get out there, people. Tell them what you know. Get out there and let's get this stopped. You'll never imagine how many people are affected The people that are affected are the people that can't afford an attorney and can't afford to fight.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So where is it at right now with you and your case? How far has it gotten so far?
They keep on postponing it and moving it.
Of course, that's another thing that they'll do, and you know why they do that? It's because court is money, money is cost, and they make money off postponing this crap.
Oh yeah.
Lawyer fees, per hour fees for courtroom wages, like, oh my God, it's insane.
They have my child based on a false Amber Alert that's already been proven false, and they won't give me my child back.
Well, that's sick. Well, if I hope that they're watching this video, they's damn better rights give this kid back. Especially this Suzanne Lett. You really screwed up. Now you really screwed up. Give him back his kid. That shit is wrong. Especially the Suzanne Lett. That is a real corrupt. That's a corrupt bitch. I'm sorry the language, but that right there, that's corrupt. That is so corrupt.
Cass County Sheriff's Department. I called them a week prior, told them I was coming. They said, go ahead. We won't get involved. We know you're coming. Just come down. I did so. And I got my kid taken away. And now I'm sorry if I sound a little... I'm trying to keep myself from crying.
Oh, it's all good. Trust me, grown men cry. It's natural. My dad used to say the same thing to me.
My daughter is my world. And I'm going to tell you this way. It'll be a cold day in hell before they keep my child away from me for much longer.
I felt the same way.
I will stop. I will not stop until I get my child. I will not rest until I get my child. Some of you might think that's crazy, but I'm going to tell you this. It takes a strong parent to stand up against these assholes and fight for your children.
It does.
Stand up now. If I can do it, you can do it.
And I've done it. I've done it in such a really good way. And I got my kids back, and I'm trying to pass this on to all of you. I want you all to start recording. Do what Jim's doing. Record every interaction that you got with these people. If they know that you got this evidence against them, they're going to hand back the kid to you. It's plain and simple. They don't like exposure. They get exposure. The worker that gets exposed loses their job.
And
Just
let
due to
me
the
tell
fact
you
of exposure.
Let me tell you this. And when you get your kids back, don't stop exposing. Keep exposing. Keep exposing. Keep exposing no matter. Because if they come to your house, you have cameras on your house.
That's what I do.
You keep everything. You keep your daughter protected under any way possible. You do not let them in your house. You let them out there to freeze. Do not let any social workers in your house. They have no right.
They don't. They don't.
They can threaten you with the laws unless you're doing something obviously wrong, and they can actually prove it. Then they can't come in. They can go lie all they want, but they got to have proof to place in front of the judge, because the judge is not going to want to. Because here, let me tell you a little bit about something about putting in front of the judge, and maybe you might think I'm a little wrong, but I'm telling you the truth.
Sure.
Okay? When it comes to a judge, the judge only goes off of what the CPS gives them. And believe me, what the CPS gives them is not pretty at all.
Yeah, but the judge also even knows that too already. With him being in that job for so many years, he knows that child protection is corrupt by now. He knows that his money in his pocket.
I know. Oh, no. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sticking up for the judges, trust me. Oh, trust me. I'm not sticking anybody up there with this, through this corrupt system.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you. But CPS gives him what he can go off of. If the CPS didn't give him what he could go off of, the judge could go off of, then the judge would have nothing no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. The judge can't just sit up there and write shit.
That's right.
He can't. It's a team effort. It ain't just the judge's fault.
That's right, it is. I'll agree with you there.
It's a team effort. I'm not sticking up for any judges, trust me. Oh, trust me. I'm so pissed off I could chew nails.
Yep.
But all I want is my child back.
So the total length since she's been taken till now, how long has it been?
Since November, she went into state's custody as November 12th when they got back to Missouri. And she's been in there ever since now.
It's about 3-4 months.
Exactly. Why? There was no sign of abuse to my child. I took care of my child. I went in the gas station to let her pick out her own Lunchables. Whatever my daughter wants is what I'll get her. As far as within reason for food or whatever. She had everything she wanted, even for the ride.
What about the child protection worker that's on your case? How is she? Like in detail though, like what does she interact with you like? Is she pretty much whenever you tell her something, she kind of pushes you away and go, oh no, we can't have it like that?
Oh, I get pushed away. I get treated like crap. I get ganged up on and everything else. Don't worry, I'll have footage. You'll understand once they start recording everything. It's hard to explain, and it's hard to explain my feelings. When they took my child away, I had more than get up and run with my child to protect my child. Do I sit there? I didn't know what to do. Do I just beat them all up and then go take my child, or run with my child? What do I do to protect my child? I didn't know what to do.
I know those are all natural thoughts too. Like they can't condone you for having those emotional thoughts because that's in our instinct. We're born with that.
It's in our instinct.
I think they even child protection will call that it's fight or flight mode.
I was so beside and back to the story. I started crying in the Highway State Patrol, knowing what was coming next. My daughter crawled up into my lap, away from her coloring page. Crawled up in my lap, threw her arms around me, and put her head on my shoulder, patted my back like to say, Dad, it's going to be okay.
Aww.
And then just made me cry more.
That'd be so hard. And I'm sure for everybody listening to this would be a hard situation to put yourselves in. Or even just have yourself put in by child protection.
I just want my child back where she belongs, away from the abuse that was going on.
No kid, nor any other good father such as you, deserves this.
I mean, before prior to November 11th, I would get horrific phone calls stating my daughter was being picked up by the hair and carried down the hallway. I get a gut-wrenching sight with a cigarette, an adult putting a cigarette in my daughter's mouth. Tell any one of you fathers, tell me what you would do. I already know your answers. It'd probably be a lot worse.
I'd fucking kill him. That's just my honest opinion.
You know what their excuse was?
What's that?
That was the teacher. That's a new way to teach your kids how to quit smoking. Is put a lit cigarette up her mouth that she was clearly smoking.
She's already too young to even smoke, so why try to teach the kid to quit smoking when the kid doesn't smoke?
And you know what?
And even though that tactic,
not do nothing. I thought it was illegal to give minors in the states supply minors with cigarettes.
It is.
I tried to press charges, and they would do nothing.
Here's another thing these people don't understand is that did you know that a child protection worker, an officer, they're just normal people. And did you know that you can get a restraining order on any of these people if you choose to? It's your legal right.
You bet your boots there's going to be restraining orders placed once I get my child.
Even beforehand, did you know that you can get a restraining order against this child protection worker, and that if you ask for another worker to do your caseload, they have to provide you with a new worker?
Well, can I tell you something?
Sure.
Yeah, it ain't going to do you no good. It'll do you no good on having a different worker. Trust me.
No, but if they know that you're becoming a pain in their ass, they don't like that. That's what I did.
Well, I'm in a pain in their ass, and in a little bit different way. I get brought, and there's two different. There's a Missouri State Rep, Rick Bratton. You might think that all politicians are corrupt. They're not. This guy has 3 kids of his own. And he is fighting tooth and nail with these motherfuckers. And pardon my speech.
Mm-hmm.
They've got me so pissed off. And now I'm reliving November 11th, and the emotions are coming out, and I apologize.
No apology needed here, my friend. We're all family when it comes to this shit.
Stand up. I tell you, all Americans, whatever country you're in, stand up together. Become one force. That was, and pretty soon I don't have a charger with me right now that I can use, so my phone may die out, and that'll have to be the end of it.
Okay.
Nothing else dead.
How much time do you think? How many bars you got left on your phone?
No, it's blinking at me now. So
Okay.
it's gonna be long.
I wanted to make sure I get this in though. If your daughter's to ever see this video, is there something that you want to say to her?
Yes, I want to say to my daughter, is it okay to say her name? Teen Silence already plastered all over the news.
Yeah, it's up to you. You're the boss.
Okay.
I work for you, my friend.
I want to tell my daughter Saya, Daddy's coming. Daddy's moving heaven and earth to get you. And Daddy loves you. Just hang in there. I'm coming. You don't care what it's going to take. Are you there?
I'm here. I'm listening.
So, Daddy loves you more than anybody could ever imagine. And I'm coming. And people are going to pay for the wrongs they have done. Mark my words. I stay up. I spend 3 hours a night sleeping, and the rest of the time I spend making sure I got money to come down and see you. So everybody knows, my daughter is my world. If I lose her, I don't know what I'm going to do. It'll kill me. It'll literally kill me.
It will, because I thought the same thing. It will. It will. It will. It so will. It will.
They have taken the very last thing. My daughter's mother and CPS has taken the very last thing that's meant to. It wasn't good enough. She took everything else from me when she left me. But she's taken the very last thing that's even meaningful and a purpose on this earth. Is my daughter. They've taken her from me. I want her back. I have nothing else to lose. Nothing.
No, because that's your everything.
I have sold my horses to fight for her. I used to have 20 horses. I've sold my horses. I have sold anything that is worth money to me. I have sold to fight for my daughter. I have nothing left. I rent a home. I can't even afford to make a mortgage payment on a phone because I am fighting to get my daughter. They are not going to break my wallet. I don't need everything. The only thing I need is a phone, food in the house, and a roof over my head. I don't need unnecessary things.
That's right. That's right. All this fascism crap.
I sold everything else for my daughter. That's what my daughter means to me. That there, my friends, is what family is all about. That there is what a parent is being about, is for your child. Now stand up, rise up against this evil, and let's go to war with them. And when I mean war, I don't mean with guns. I mean with the truth.
That's right. And it's not like we started this war anyway. They're the ones that called it on with us loving parents. They're the ones that said, let's go to war. We're taking your kid now. Fight us for it back. They're the ones that interrogated this. They're the ones that instigated this. So now let's do it.
Quit being treated like a circus animal. Be sick of it like you are. Stand up. We got voices. We are the people. We the people. I don't care what government you're from, forms these governments. We the people can take these governments. Because we the people are the nations. Without us people, our nations are nothing.
That's right. Without us people, there isn't even a government.
So I strongly encourage Americans, people from Canada. I don't care what country you're from, you've all got CPS and it's all one organization.
And it's all corrupt.
And it's all corrupt. Exactly. Stand up and say, help keep our kids alone. I don't know, John, or host, whatever you want me to call you. I don't know what, if you ever heard of the song Pink Floyd. Alright, it's Another Brick in the Wall.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard it?
Yep.
Listen to that message. That don't mean just teachers. Listen to it. Leave CPS, leave our
Leave
kids
alone.
alone. Our kids are not to be sold. We fought for slavery in America. We won the war on slavery. Leave our kids alone or we will win again.
Mm-hmm. And if it takes winning this time, in the way we're doing it, there's going to be a lot of child protection workers, a lot of lawyers, a lot of judges that are going to be brought down by the way we're doing this.
I'm going to tell you this. I've got more politics or representatives and senators from the facts that I've showed them on my side. Take me on because you're going to lose. I've got more facts against you. I even, get this, the CPS workers can go and work at schools with dance so they can take more children. You remember me telling you that?
Yeah.
Sarah Kay, my daughter's level 1 social worker that deals with her mostly, picks her up and stuff, is a dance teacher at Monica School of Dance in Lee Summit, Missouri.
I was looking at that too. I even went to the website. I was wondering how many of those kids are actually foster kids or adopted kids that they're using to put into these stage shows that these kids do for money.
A lot. Trust me.
I think that's just
I know what I'm talking about.
that is another conspiracy to definitely look into. Like, wow, after I looked at that site, I couldn't believe it.
So if anybody's listening to this and has their kids in Monica School of Dance, pull them out before they take them.
And that's Monica School of Dance, and that's located in Missouri. Where in Missouri again?
Lee Summit or Kansas City, Missouri, one of the two. You'll know what it is.
I think it's Lee Summit.
Lee Summit.
Yeah.
If you got kids there, if you're listening from Missouri, pull your kids out before they take them too.
And even if it's not going to happen, wouldn't you rather be...
Kay is a social worker that helped take my child. Pull your kids out of that school before...
And she works at this place.
She interacts with all these kids at the dance.
Huh.
Pull your kids out of that school of dance. It ain't worth for another family to be wrecked.
Nope. I just wouldn't even take the chance of even putting on. Yeah, I just have to pull it right away. Right away.
Go ahead and post it. My friend, my phone's dying, so...
Okay, good. So, I will call you again tomorrow night. Thanks for doing this show. I'm glad we could do this finally. I've been really cooped up and really busy, and I actually really was pressed for time to doing it tonight. I just jumped right into it for you because I wanted to get it done. I wanted you to get your story out there, and I want these people to hear it. And so do you. This has to be a story to make change.
I know when I first started, I had a baby in the background crying, which is my friend's taking me down to Missouri. He had his juice taken away, so because he's spilling it all over the floor.
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's good. The viewers hear that you're interacting. You got kids around you. They know you're not a liar. I know you're not a liar. I've talked with you. I've met with you. I've already looked at stuff online. The false Amber Alert and the Suzanne Letts lies are all pretty covert.
I'm going to tell you this. When it comes to my child, there is no lies. I can't lie. If I lie to my mom and dad, I laugh about it. Because it's just, I can't lie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't lie. I was raised up not to lie. If I lie, it'll be for a joke.
Yeah. That's not even really a lie. That's just a joke, though.
Yeah, I can't lie. I just can't.
But alright, I guess what I'll do now is I'll end it. I don't know. Tell everybody if you think that what I'm doing is a really good idea. Do you think that this is really going to make a dent on child protection services in our family court system?
Exposure, any type of exposure is good. You're doing a good job.
And I recommend that other people try to start doing the same idea that I'm doing with people in your area. If you lost your kid, start a show. Start exposing these bastards. Left, right, and center. Come on, it's got to be done.
Go on to TalkShoe. Here's another good one, and you can too. Go on to TalkShoe. Go to TalkShoe.com. Type in, go to find the American Justice Talk Show every Tuesday night. Get on it. It's American Injustice. It's another way to expose. I do it every Tuesday night if I can.
Okay. Tuesdays.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. I'll make sure.
And I
Okay.
will be sending you more stuff, so.
And I'll be waiting. I'll show you that website too and stuff, and maybe I'll get you involved in that, and then I'll just give you access to it, and you can start posting anything and everything that you can.
Anything and everything I can do, my friend.
Awesome. Okay, well, I'm going to let it go for now, and then I'm going to get on and edit this video right away, and it should be up there and running by tomorrow morning, early in the morning.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks, Jim. I'm glad that we can finally do this tonight.
Yep, thank you. And make sure you get in touch with Rose, too.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to be on her right away next. I'm going to try and get her done tomorrow night.
Okay, well, because I'm telling you, she's in a very bad situation, and and I tell you, her story is true.
Mm-hmm.
She's a friend of my adopted sister's that I kind of adopted and took under my wing. So I call her my sister, and she's a good friend of hers.
That's
And I
good.
can tell you that is the truth, what she says. Listen to it.
Oh, if I didn't think it wasn't the truth, I wouldn't be putting it on the air, that's for sure. So, yeah, she gets her spot just like you do. All right, Jim.
Okay, well, I'm going to lose you anyhow, so I'm going to let you go.
Okay, you have yourself a good night, and I'll definitely call you, or you can try to send me a message and tell me to call you if you see me online, and I'll call you right back.
Well, I will have to email you through my Facebook if I can't get a hold of my team member.
Oh, that's fine.
I'm not going to mention her name. You know who she is.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay, Jim. Thank you, and I don't know, have yourself a really good night, and you did a really good job in doing this show. You got a lot out there.
I know I didn't get everything, but I tried.
Oh, no, but we can also do a recap.
Okay, well, we'll plan on it.
I'm already planning on it. Don't worry. I know we didn't touch everything, so I was already planning on a recap.
Well, it's just I had Caden crying in the background. I hadn't been thinking how I was going to put everything.
Oh, it was all good. That kid in the background actually added a really good touch. It actually really did, trust me. If you look at it from my point of view, from the show kind of view, it's a really good touch that you had a kid in the background.
Okay,
It's good.
well,
Because if you're a harm to a child, you wouldn't be near another child, trust me.
Oh, no.
Well, then there you go. That's a bonus in your favor, having that kid in the background on this show, trust me.
Okay, well, I gotta let you go. My hands are freezing.
Okay.
I don't like the kids up, so.
Alrighty. Thanks, Jim. Have a good night.
Yeah, thank you. You have a good night, too.
Okay, bye-bye.
Yeah, bye.
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Jim from Missouri with his story on his exposure on Suzanne Lett and a few others who made this false Amber Alert, which in turn aided in Jim losing his daughter. So anyway, I just want everybody to really take into consideration this can happen to anybody, even you, and you. Get back to me if you want me to do an exposure video with you. I want to get as much of these out as possible. I'm starting to have people working in other countries, okay? I'm starting to spread out this stolen show everywhere. I'm going to have people in the United Kingdom and Australia. I'm going to have already people in the United States and other parts of Canada. it's just gonna keep spreading like wildfire, okay, people? This is what we gotta do. I'm not bound by media laws, okay? So I don't have to follow by any of these laws. I'm not like Fox Network. I'm not run by the government. You know, I'm not a controlled media source. I will get out there what you want me to tell, and what you want me to get out there, I will get it out there for you people. So all you gotta do is drop me a line, send me an email. I will even call you, long distance, overseas. I don't give a shit. I want your story. Call me, contact me. I'm waiting to hear from you now. Okay, thank you and have a good night.